Hello students, how are you? So before this part of the video, we have covered the substitution method to find the solution of pair of linear equations. In the earlier part of the video students, we have solved few questions of exercise 3.3 which is based on the substitution method. So I also told you that in the next part of the video, I will tell you the remaining questions of exercise 3.3. So let's begin with the question number 3 of exercise 3.3. Okay. So student, the question is that form the pair of linear equations for the following problems and find their solution by substitution method. Okay. In question number 3, there are many word problems are there, such as part 1. Okay. In all the parts, you have to form a pair of equation with the help of word problems, and after that, you have to use substitution method to find the solution of the given equations. Okay. So let's start the first part of the question number 3. See student, the difference between two numbers is 26 and one number is 3 times the other. Find them. Okay. In this part there are two numbers and their difference is 26. Okay. So if you have to take two numbers, so first number you can take x and the second number you can take y. But the problem is that in this question difference is given. So what do you understand by difference? If you have two numbers such as a and b, so their difference can be written as a minus b also, and their difference can be written as b minus a also. Okay, means we have to subtract a smaller number from the larger number. So in this case what we will do, we will assume two numbers and we will also assume that which number is greater and which number is smaller. Okay, so suppose let first number is equal to x and second number is equal to y, and in bracket you can write x is greater than y. You can also take y is greater than x because we don't know which number is greater, so x can be greater or y can be greater. So in this case I have taken x can be greater. So see, difference between two numbers is 26. Okay, means the difference of two numbers is 26 and difference is calculated by, we have to subtract a smaller number from the larger number. So here I have assumed x is greater and y is smaller. So their difference can be written as x minus y is equal to 26. This is our equation number first. Okay. Now see another statement, that is one number is 3 times the other, means out of two numbers one number is 3 times the other. So suppose x is greater now, so x will be, I can write x will be 3 times of y. Okay, if you will transfer this 3y in this side, you can write x minus 3y equal to 0. Now this is your equation number 2. Two equation we have formed. First equation comes from this difference and the second equation comes from this statement, that is one number is 3 times the other. Listen student, I have here assumed that x is greater than y. You can also assume that y is greater than x because out of these two numbers we don't know which number is greater. So you can specify like this. Okay. Now if two equations are there, so a pair of linear equations can be solved by many methods. One was graphical and the second was algebraic, and in algebraic method we have studied substitution method, and in this question we have to use only which method? Substitution method. So I told you the substitution method, we will take any of one equation out of two. So I am taking from equation number 1. Okay, so what is the equation number 1? x minus y equal to 26. Now take the value of x in terms of value of y. So transfer this y this side. So I can write x equal to 26 plus y. So the value of x you got now from equation number 1. Now what you will do, you will put the value of x in second equation. So from equation number 2, x minus 3y equal to 0 is there. Now put the value of x here. So 26 plus y minus 3y equal to 0. Now 26 minus 2y equal to 0. Now you will transfer this 2y this side. So 26 is equal to 2y, or y equal to 26 by 2, that is 13. Okay. So you got the value of y now. Now you can put the value of y in any equation. So from equation number 1, equation number 1 was x minus y is equal to 26. Now put the value of y in this equation. So x minus 13 is equal to 26. Now x equal to 26 plus 13, it means x equal to 39. So both number we have calculated now. Our first number was x and the second number is y. So your answer will be, hence two numbers will be 39 and 13. Okay. The value of 39 is of x and the value of 13 is of y. So by this way you can form our equation, and after that with the help of substitution method you can solve them. Okay. So note down this question. Now students, the second part of question number 3 is that the larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. Okay. Now before solving this question, we should know what are the supplementary angles. Student, in the previous classes, in the 9th class, you have studied about supplementary angles. So what are supplementary angles? The two angles whose sum are equal to 180 degree are known as supplementary angles. Okay. I am repeating again. When the sum of two angles is equal to 180 degree, then that pair of angles are known as supplementary angles. Okay. So it means we have to take two angles now, and by studying this question we can see one angle is greater and the other angle is smaller. Okay. So what we will assume, we have to assume two angles. So let larger angle, because we have to assume two angles. So first we will assume larger angle, that is x. You can assume smaller angle also first, no problem is that. And second is smaller angle, because we are studying linear equation in two variables, so we have assumed two variables also. For larger angle we have taken x, for smaller angle we have taken y. So what do you know about supplementary angle? We know that the sum of supplementary angles is equal to 180 degree. The sum of two angles is equal to 180 degree. So according to the property of supplementary angle, we can say x plus y equal to 180 degree, because two angles are there, and if they are supplementary then their sum will be equal to 180 degree. So first equation we can get from this statement. Afterwards, one more information is given in the question, that is larger of two supplementary angle exceed the smaller by 18. Okay, means larger number is 18 more than the smaller angle. So what is the larger angle? X, and it is 18 more than the smaller angle. So what is the smaller angle? That is y plus 18 degree. Okay, so you can transfer this y this side, so we can say x minus y equal to 18 degree. Now this is your equation number 2. Now we have to solve this question by the substitution method. So again same process we will do. From, you can take any of one equation out of 2. So from equation number 1, what is equation number 1? X plus y equal to 180 degree. Now I am calculating the value of x from this equation. So x will be equal to 180 degree minus y. Now put the value of x in the second equation. So from equation number 2, x minus y is equal to 18 degree. Now put the value of x here. So I can write 180 degree minus y is equal to 18 degree. Now it can be solved. 180 degree minus 2y equal to 18 degree. Transfer this 2y this side and 18 this side. So 180 degree minus 18 degree is equal to 2y. So 162 is equal to 2y. So y will be equal to 162 by 2. How much? 81 degree. Okay, we got the value of y now. Now from any equation we can get the value of x. So from equation 1, equation 1 was x plus y equal to 180 degree. Now put the value of y here. So x plus 81 degree is equal to 180 degree. So x will be equal to 180 degree minus 81, that is 99 degree. So after solving these two equations, we got the value of x and y. Now see the starting part of the question. The larger angle was x. Okay, so it means we can write larger angle which is equal to x and its value is 99, and smaller angle is y, that is 81 degree. So that will be your answer. You can verify your answer by adding them. See, 99 plus 81 is equal to 180 degree, which satisfy the property of supplementary angles. Okay, so it means our answer is correct. So the larger angle is 99 and the smaller angle is 81. Now you can see now, larger angle is 18 more than the smaller angle. So all the condition which is given in the question is satisfied by our solution. It means our answer is correct. So note down this part also. After this question, students, I will tell you the fourth part. See, question number 3 is also same. Okay, you will assume the cost of one bat is x and the cost of one ball is y. After that you will make two equations, and with the help of substitution method you can solve the cost of one bat and one ball. So question number 3 you can do by yourself. I am going to do question number 4. Okay, I hope you have noted down. Okay, so I am going to write question number 4. Okay, now student, the fourth part of question number 3 is that the taxi charges in a city consist of a fixed charge together with the charge of the distance covered. Okay, for a distance of 10 km, the charge paid is 105 rupees, and for a journey of the 15 km, the charge paid is 155. what are the fixed charges and the charges per kilometer. After that, how much does a person have to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometer. Okay, so student, in a city a taxi fare is given. In a taxi fare, two types of charges are there. One is fixed charge and one is the charge per kilometer covered. Okay, so suppose you will go 5 kilometer. Okay, so on 5 kilometer, what you have to pay? Fixed charge plus charge per kilometer. Okay, so fixed charge means if you will go 1 kilometer, then fixed charge will be same. If you will go for 10 kilometer, again fixed charge will be same. So there are two types of charges a taxi fare included. Okay, so one is fixed charge and one is charge per kilometer. So again there are two quantities. So we will assume, let fixed charge is X and charge per kilometer is Y. Okay, fixed charge means this you have to pay compulsory, and the charge per kilometer means whatever distance you are going, that much extra charge you will pay. So whatever fare, suppose you will go 10 kilometer, so when you will go 10 kilometer, so fixed charge is X, okay, plus the cost of 10 kilometer more, it means 10 into Y, because this Y consists charge per kilometer. Suppose if you will go 90 kilometer, then again X is the fixed charge and plus 90 Y. So that much total fare our taxi consists. So according to the question, we have assumed the fixed charge is X and the charge per kilometer is Y. So see, when a person cover distance of 10 kilometer, the charge paid is 105. When a person goes 10 kilometer, he pay 105 rupees to the taxi driver. Okay, so for that we can write X is the fixed charge, and when he will go to the 10 kilometer, then extra charge will also included, then X plus 10Y will be equal to 105. This is our equation number 1. Okay, now again, when he go for a journey of 15 kilometer, okay, then the charge paid is 155. So again for 15 kilometer, the statement can be written as X plus 15Y, and which is equal to 155. That is equation number 2. Now we have to solve these two equations, so we will use substitution method. So from equation number 1, I can say X plus 10Y is equal to 105 now. So find out the value of X from this equation. So X will be equal to 105 minus 10Y. Now put this value of X in equation number 2. So from equation number 2, that X plus 15Y equal to 155. Now put the value of X in this equation. So 105 minus 10Y plus 15Y is equal to 105. Okay. Now when you will solve it, transfer this 105 this side. So here see, minus 10Y plus 15Y, here will become 5Y, and when it will go to this side, it will be 155 minus 105. So 5Y is equal to 50. So Y will be equal to 10 rupees, because it was the charge. Now we got the value of Y. So by putting the value of Y in any of the two equations, we can get the value of X. So from equation 1, we can say X plus 10Y is equal to 105. Put the value of Y here. So X plus 10 into 10 is equal to 105. So x plus 100 is equal to 105. So x equal to 105 minus 100, that is 5 rupees. So what was our x? X was fixed charge, that is 5 rupees. And what was y? That is charge per kilometer, that is 10 rupees. Means 10 rupees per kilometer. Suppose you have to go 20 kilometers. So what will you, how much cost you have to pay? X plus 20y, because fixed charge plus charge per kilometer. So x is 5 and it is 20 into 10. So it means 5 plus 200, that is 25. So by this we can say fixed charge is equal to 5 rupees and charge per kilometer is 10 rupees. Okay, so this is your answer. After that, how much does the person have to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometers? So how much he will pay? He will pay x plus 25y. This much, na? Because fixed charge will be also there and charge per kilometer will be also there. So both will be added. So fixed charge was 5 rupees and charge per kilometer, that is 25 into 10. So 5 plus 250, that much 255 rupees he will pay for going 25 kilometers. So by this you can get the total fare of any of the kilometer, either it is of 50 kilometer, of 100 kilometer, of 200 kilometer. Just you have to know what are the fixed charges and what are the charges per kilometer. Okay, same question came in this board examination of 2020 of 3 marks. 3 marks question came, the same question. CBSE 2020, same question came. Okay, so these type of questions are coming in the board examination. So by this you can easily get 3 marks. Okay, so I hope you have understood. So note down this explanation part. Okay. Now, fifth part of question 3. Now, fifth part of question number 3 is that a fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. Okay. After that, if 3 is added to both numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. Find the fraction. Now student, in fraction there are two things. One is numerator and the second is denominator. So again we will assume let numerator is x and denominator is y. So what will be the fraction? Fraction can be written as x by y. This na? Because we know fraction can be written as numerator by denominator. So what we have done? We have assumed numerator is x and the denominator is y. So fraction will become x by y. Now we will move according to the question. See, a fraction becomes 9 by 11. A fraction becomes 9 by 11 when 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. So see, according to question we can say when we add 2 in numerator also and 2 in denominator also, so what will be the fraction? Fraction will be x plus 2 divided by y plus 2, because 2 is added to both. When we have done this thing, the value of the fraction becomes 9 by 11. Okay, now cross multiply this thing. So 11 will be multiplied here and 9 will be multiplied to this. So when 11 is multiplied to this side, it will become 11x plus 22, and when y plus 2 is multiplied to 9, it will become 9y plus 18. Okay, afterwards transfer this to 9y this side and 22 this side. So we can say 11x minus 9y equal to 18 minus 22. Now 11x minus 9y equal to minus 4. This is equation number 1. Okay. After that, again one statement is there. If 3 is added to both numerator and denominator. Now it is saying if 3 is added to numerator and denominator, the value of the fraction becomes 5 by 6. So again, when we add 3 in both numerator and denominator, the value of the fraction becomes 5 by 6. Now again do the same thing, cross multiply. So it will come 6x plus 18 and 5y plus 15. Now transfer this 5 by this side and this side. So 6x minus 5y is equal to 15 minus 18. So 6x minus 5y equal to minus 3. This is our equation number 2. Now we got the two equations method. So again you can take any of one equation. So from equation 1 I can say 11x minus 9y equal to minus 4. Now value of 11x is equal to minus 4 plus 9y. Now x will be equal to minus 4 plus 9y upon 11. Okay. Now put this value of x in equation number 2. So from equation 2 we can say 6x minus 5y equal to minus 3. Put the value of x here. So 6 in bracket minus 4 plus 9y upon 11 minus 5y equal to minus 3. Okay. Afterwards, see, multiply 6 inside. So minus 24 plus 54y upon 11 minus 5y equal to minus 3. Now take LCM. So LCM will become 11. So minus 24 plus 54y minus 55y equal to minus 3. Now cross multiply 11 to this side. So see, it is minus 24 and see, it is plus 54y and it is minus 55y. So it will become minus y, and when it will multiply to this side, it will become minus 33. Now minus y equal to minus 33 plus 24. Now minus y equal to minus 9. Minus minus cancel. So y equal to 9. So we got the y equal to 9. So what will be the value of x? By putting the value of y in any of the two equations, we can get the value of x. So I am going to erase this part, okay, because no space are there, so that's why. So after this I am writing here, okay. So from equation 1 I can say 11x minus 9y equal to minus 4. Put the value of y here. So 11x minus 9 into 9 equal to minus 4. Now 11x minus 81 is equal to minus 4. So 11x equal to minus 4 plus 81. So 11x equal to 77. So x will be 77 by 11, that is 7. So numerator was x, so x is 7, and denominator was y, so y equal to 9. So what will be the fraction? Fraction will be x by y. So your answer will be 7 by 9. So answer is this. See, first we assume numerator and denominator. After that, according to the question, we have made two equations. With the help of substitution method, we solve the value of x and solve the value of y. X was numerator, so x was 7, and y was denominator, so y was 9. So fraction can be written as numerator upon denominator. So answer will be 7 by 9. So by this way you can solve word problems, okay? I hope you have understood this point. Now one last question is left. I am going to erase this question, student, so that we can finish it in this part only. I hope you have understood. Now the last part of this question I am going to explain. Now sixth part of our question number 3 is that 5 years hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times of his son. Okay, 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. What are their present ages? See student, that age type question always coming in the board examinations. So what you have to do whenever you are going to solve age based problem, you always assume the person present age. Okay, so what we will do, see here are two persons, first is Jacob and second is his son. So what we will do, we will assume let Jacob's present age is x and his son present age is y. Now student, we have assumed the present age of Jacob and the present age of his son. Now see, 5 years hence. What is the meaning of 5 years hence? The meaning of 5 years hence is we are talking about the future. We are talking about the future. So from present we are talking about the future. So 5 years hence, suppose if my age today age is 26. So after 5 years how much it will be? It will be 31. Similarly, after 5 years Jacob age will be x plus 5, and after 5 years his son present age will be y plus 5, because when the age of Jacob will increase, then the age of his son will also increase. So see, 5 years hence the age of Jacob. So what will be the age of Jacob after 5 years? So after 5 years Jacob's age will be x plus 5, and after 5 years his son age will be y plus 5. Okay, so see what is saying, after 5 years whatever the age of Jacob was there will be there, it will be 3 times of his son. So after 5 years the Jacob age is x plus 5, and this age is 3 times of the age of his son after 5 years. It means x plus 5 will be equal to 3 into y plus 5. Means after 5 years, whatever the age of Jacob will be, it will be 3 times the age of his son. Okay, after 5 years Jacob age was x plus 5, and after 5 years his son age was y plus 5. So according to the question, we have made the statement that x plus 5 equal to 3 into y plus 5. Now solve this. When you will solve this, you will get x plus 5 is equal to 3y plus 15. Now transfer this, so x minus 3y equal to 15 plus 5. So x minus 3y equal to 20. This is your equation number 1. Okay. So we have done the work from this line to this line. Now we will move on the further parts. 5 years ago. What do you understand by 5 years ago? 5 years ago means we are talking about the past. Okay. So it means if my today present age is 26, 5 years ago my age was 21. So before 5 year, Jacob's age will be x minus 5, age will be less, and his son age will be y minus 5. So before 5 years their age will be x minus 5 and y minus 5. Now 5 years ago Jacob age was 7 times, means whatever thing we have done in the this part, same we will do in the next part. So 5 years ago whatever the age of Jacob will be, it will be 7 times of his son. It means that x minus 5 will be equal to 7 times of y minus 5. See, it is the age of Jacob and it is the age of his son before 5 years ago, and the Jacob age is 7 times of the age of his son before 5 years ago. So now solve it. So x minus 5 is equal to 7y minus 35. Now x minus 7y is equal to minus 35 plus 5. So x minus 7y equal to 40. This is our equation number 2. So 2 equation we got. So from substitution method we can solve these 2 equations. So from equation number 1, we can say x minus 3y equal to 20. So x will be equal to 20 plus 3y. So we got the value of x from equation number 1. So we will put this value of x in equation number 2. So from equation number 2, we can say x minus 7y is equal to, sorry, it will not be 40, it will be minus 30. Okay, because minus 35 plus 5 is minus 30. So it is minus 30. Now put the value of x in this equation. So 20 plus 3y minus 7y equal to minus 30. Now 20 minus 4y equal to minus 30. Now minus 4y equal to minus 30. Are you getting it, student? Students, see, one mistake I have done. Okay, this will be minus 5. Okay, and this will be 10. Okay, so here will be 10. So here will also be 10. So here will also be 10, and here will also be 10. Okay, now minus 30 minus 10. So minus 4y equal to minus 40. So y is equal to, minus minus will be cancelled. So 40 by 4, that is 10. Okay, Jacob age we have calculated. Now we got the value of y now. See student, here I have done mistake, you can correct it. because see, when I transfer 5 is this side, so it will be minus na. Before that I have written my plus, so that's why I made the wrong equation. I made the wrong calculation, so I have corrected. X minus 3y equal to 10. Now we got the value of y now. So from any equation you get the value of x. So from equation 1 we can say x minus 3y equal to 10. Now put the value of y here. So x minus 3 into 10 equal to 10. So x minus 30 equal to 10. So x equal to 10 plus 30 and x equal to 40. So x was Jacob present age. So Jacob present age is equal to x, that is 40 years, and his son present age y equal to 10 years. Okay, see, space was less, that's why I have written here. So after solving these two equations, we got the value of x, that is 40, and we got the value of y, that is 10. Okay, so listen, we got the age of Jacob also, and we got the age of his son also. So in the end we will write Jacob present age is x, which is equal to 40 years, and his son present is 10 years. Okay, so by this we have completed exercise 3.3. See student, whenever I solve some questions, it doesn't mean that you will only note down. Okay, whatever concept I am using, you will also apply and solve by yourself. Okay, because when you will solve by yourself, it will help you more to solve the problems. Okay, and you will learn more. Okay, and sometimes what happened ki teachers do mistakes and student corrects it. Okay, but you are not in front of me, so sometimes mistakes can be possible. So whether it is possible, I corrected, and if I am not corrected, you can ask in the doubt session also. Okay, I have told all the methods to you. I have told all the concept, how to build an equation, how to solve with the help of substitution method. So by this you can solve the questions. Okay, so I hope you have understand this question. First we have assumed Jacob present age, then his son present age, then according to the question 5 years hence means in the future. So after 5 years Jacob age was x plus 5 and his son age was y plus 5, and after 5 years Jacob age was 3 times of his son. So from that we have made one equation. Okay, and after that before 5 years again we have calculated their age, and again we have made another equation. Then we have solved two equation by the substitution method. Finally we got the value of x and y, and the value of x was Jacob age, so Jacob age was 40 years, and the value of y was his son age, so his son age was 10 years. Okay, so I hope this part of the video you have understood, and you will do well in your exams also after studying this topic. So after this part we will start our next topic, that is elimination method to find the solution of pair of linear equations. So till then, have a nice day. Take care children. Thank you.